Best grill, everybody. Best grill, Violet Evergarden Chan. Yup, that's right. Yo, what's up, guys? My name is GLOCO, and today I'm very excited to talk to you guys about the very first Pinoy anime here in the Philippines, Barangay 143. For those who are new to my channel, my avid viewers know me as an open lover of anime, as you can see. You can even call me a filthy weeb. I'll happily embrace that title, okay? But anyway, most of you guys also know me as someone who gives satirical reviews or just pretty much rants about everything because I'm a hateful bastard. But I'm gonna make an exemption for Barangay 143 for the reason that this show will dictate whether or not we'll have an anime industry in the future here in the Philippines. Yep, I'm gonna be very sincere. Now don't worry, I'm not gonna be biased or anything with my review just because it's made in the Philippines, because that's just stupid. I will still heavily criticize this anime for any flaws or improvements it needs, because I want this show to succeed. Oh, sabi mo di ka biased. I'm not, okay? Makinig ka nga muna, ha? Sinabi ko na nga, I'm gonna take this seriously, okay? Alis! We're not gonna do this segments. Okay, sorry about that. As I was saying, I want this show to succeed. Not because I'm being biased, but because if this anime flops, then any chances of having another Pinoy anime in the future will disappear. For those who didn't know, making an anime series takes a lot of support and funding, as well as the right people. The moment a studio fails, it's gonna be hard to convince producers to make another show. So if Barangay 143 fails, then say goodbye to future Pinoy animes.
So now I hope all these senseless haters who just keep bitching about the show not being perfect will shut up for the moment and give this anime a chance for its potential.
But I'm not telling you guys to blindly support this show. If it has any flaws, by all means, please criticize them constructively. Like I said, I want this to succeed, but in order for it to succeed, the show has to actually be good enough to appeal to the masses. It doesn't have to meet the standards of hardcore enthusiasts. It just needs to be good enough. Okay, so that's enough for my intro. Now let's go to the review itself. Now, as of the making of this video, only the first episode has been aired so far. So treat this as some kind of a first impression thingy. I'll be breaking down my overall review into parts: the animation, the characters, the storytelling, and the dubbing. Oh god, the dubbing.
By the way, this is my first time doing this kind of review in this channel, so I'll do my best so that even the non-otakus can understand my points. And also forgive me if I lack any visual aids, because this show is not available to watch online, so I can't really show you guys high quality clips and all that stuff, alright? Okay, let's start with the animation. On the first few seconds, we were greeted with an animated jeepney and tricycle that looked like it was just sliding across the screen. I don't know. Then the coach just magically appeared at the side in front of the gate, totally inconsistent with how people go down in jeepneys, okay? Now, what's funny is that scene is the only lazily animated part in the whole episode. They had to show it in the first few seconds of the show. Now, if I was a hateful anime elitist, I would have stopped watching right there, like on the first few seconds. Like, that's it. Stupid jeepney tricycle animation. Boom, I'm out. Not a good first impression, if you ask me. Other than that, the rest of the show had decent animation, and I'm pretty proud of that. I mean, did you guys see the opening? It was pretty lit, and I wouldn't be surprised if a huge chunk of their budget went into that opening. It was really impressive. It got me really hyped. It honestly gave me goosebumps and made me think that, hey, this show might actually be super awesome. The backgrounds, the coloring, the art style, it kinda reminded me of Avatar: The Last Airbender or some Chinese animes I've seen in the net. Another good point is that most of the characters had more movement than most Japanese anime that only has, their mouth moving in a scene. Okay, so really big kudos to that. I also noticed that they made the colors very vibrant, probably to catch the attention of children. As I continued watching, I didn't really notice any drop in animation quality, and I think somewhere halfway I actually got immersed into watching, so they did a really good job in making the characters look alive.
So other than the jeepney stint, the only other problem is the mouth animations not syncing with the dubbing, okay? Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm not sure, but I think a lot of you guys noticed that as well. And I'll address that later on. Overall, the animation quality is still far from perfect, but it's good enough for me, all right? It's off to a good start. And also take into consideration that they were able to pull this off despite the rumors of the animators and the art team not being paid enough. Okay, they are underpaid without benefits. Now, I don't know if the rumors are true or not, but if they are, I salute this talented artist, okay, for putting up so much dedication to help Pinoy animation rise. Now, for those who don't know, the reason why there's no animation industry here in the Philippines is because animators are underpaid, okay? And most of our talented local animators are being outsourced to Disney, to Toei, and foreign studios. Proof of that is, you know, the issue with Victor Mactanggol. You've seen the CGI animations there. You guys know it sucks, okay? A lot of YouTubers already pointed that out. So it's all because of budget cuts and just they're just very underappreciated. I'm talking about the animators here. So I hope you guys now understand why I want this show to succeed. Okay, we need more. Now we move to the characters. Now in this segment, I'll only be discussing what I think about the character designs, their personality, and their roles in this show. So I'll be focusing on the interesting ones. First off is Coach B. The first time I saw him, I already knew he was the coach because of how he looks. I mean, he fits the description so much, like the thick mustache, the iconic hairstyle, and the dad bod. I mean, you gotta admit, he totally fits, you know, the typical coach look. However, he doesn't really act as an effective coach at all. Maybe it's because he's still grieving for Basti? Not really sure, but he doesn't sound convincing at all when he's trying to talk to his players and giving them instructions. So, Next is Vicky, the spunky looking girl with the iconic ponytail. You know, she reminds me so much of Isabella from the letter. I don't know, maybe it's the ponytail. I think she's supposed to be the manager of the team, because I don't know if you've noticed already, but most sports animes have a female manager character trope. So I think she fits the description here. But anyway, character design wise, she looks very cute. I mean, especially when she was in Korea talking to Bren. Did you guys see her hair down with the glasses? I mean, man, it was like she was a different person. And I'm not sure about her age and the rest of her personality, but I'm liking her so far. Maybe because she's just cute. But anyway, she cooks and takes care of her father while being Genki as hell, so definitely waifu material. Then we go on to the players of Pusakals, okay, the guys in yellow. I mean, well, I just kind of don't like how they introduce these players. Like, they're a bunch of idiots who suddenly became helpless because they lost their team captain. I'm not even sure if they know how to play basketball. Well, they look like an interesting bunch, but well, some of the players just annoys me, especially that long-haired dude that fits the description of every perverted player character trope. He was very obnoxious, and the fact that I've seen people like him in real life just annoys me. You know, such characters don't deserve any glorification. There was also this other player with the headband that started asking for trouble when his teammate received like this violation, and then he started cursing the referee and even threatened to take his knife out. Come on, guys. You know, typical basagulero or canto boy character that shouldn't be glorified as well. You know, no offense to the canto boys. I mean, you know what I mean, okay? But anyway, the rest of the players were, you know, just way out of it. It feels like they were just pulled out from the streets and were given basketball jerseys to play on an official game. Now, what's up with that? I don't know. So, well, I honestly think Vicky will do better than those slobs. So I'll discuss more about those later in the storyline segment. But for now, I'm just looking forward to the character developments and their backstories, if they do have a backstory, and as to why they joined the team or why they were taken into the team. Okay? Next Next is Wax. Okay, Wax was introduced to be the main character in the mobile game, which I've never played yet. But here in the anime, it seems like he's the ace player of the rival team, as indicated by his jacket. Character design wise, he fits the description of the jockey or ace players in anime, you know, with the buzz cut and everything, especially the haircut. So, and it also looks like Vicky knows who Wax is, since Vicky called his attention during the game, and Wax passed the ball to Vicky during the opening theme. As to what kind of relationship they have, it's still unclear, okay? And last but not least, we have Bren, our main character. And just like every main character, he has to have an interesting trope. Now, a main character for a shonen anime is usually weak as hell, or someone who's very ambitious, okay, from the start, so that the anime can showcase his character development as the episodes go. But in this case, Barangay 143 is going for the talented main character with a tragic backstory. You know, it's kind of cliche, but it works. Now, a lot of people were pissed when it was revealed that the main character was Korean and not Filipino. And I totally understand why, guys. I mean, this is the first Pinoy anime. Of course, we would want to have the main character to be Filipino as well. I mean, I think it's just ridiculous, since basketball isn't really popular in Korea. I think baseball is. But you know what? We're too late to change anything in the storyline, so you know, we just gotta put up with this. You know, at least he was introduced in the story in a very logical way. I mean, they put some sense into why he's the main character and why he's going to the Philippines, which we'll be discussing in the storyline segment. Overall, most of the characters fall on some kind of cliche trope, but I don't really see it as a problem. Now, what worries me is that the characters' designs and personalities aren't that interesting enough yet to warrant people to get attached to them. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, the characters in an anime is one of the main reasons that will dictate whether a show will succeed or not. Our emotional and spiritual attachments to these characters is what will make us crave for more, make us buy merchandise, make us sensationalize the show, make us make fan arts, make us have meaningful discussions in social media and hangouts. I mean, take for example all the weeb crap I have here. Look at what I'm wearing. I wouldn't buy this, I wouldn't wear this if I didn't have an emotional or spiritual attachment to Violet Evergarden. Guys, seriously, you know, as of now, the characters they just don't, you know, they just don't appeal to me that much, except for Vicky. But you get my point, guys. Okay, people like me get into a franchise because I love the characters in that game or anime. Now, here's another problem I've observed. Okay, GMA is promoting the GMA actors more than the show. Now, to whoever is handling the campaign of Barangay 143, I don't think you understand that we want to watch this show not because one of your actors is there, but because we want to enjoy a good story with good characters, okay? Help us get to know the characters more, get us attached to them. Now, in Japan, I understand that the voice actors and actresses there are regarded as some kind of gods or pop idols, alright? But I think it's way too soon to do that here in the Philippines. I mean, they didn't even hire professional voice actors for this anime, which really kind of ruins it in a way, alright? So, yeah. To those who watched the episode, you guys know just how bad the Tagalog dubbing is, which I'll be discussing in the dubbing segment later on. Anyway, in summary, I hope the characters are promoted more, and I hope they'll have interesting developments in the next episodes, you know, that we can relate to, alright? Really hoping. Moving on, let's talk about the storyboard or storytelling. For the most part, episode 1 felt like a Pinoy primetime show instead of a shonen anime with all the drama and stuff, and I'm totally fine with it. Feels like the studio is trying to keep some dramatic elements from Pinoy soap operas in order to appeal to the masses. You know, us Filipinos, we love them drama here, drama there, chismis there, we eat that shit up. In the Beninging, beginning, it was shown that Basti was gunned down via riding in tandem, something that's been happening in real life here in the Philippines. So it just goes to show how life can be unpredictable and that death favors no one. Kinda a cliche plot device, but it works. I'm hoping we'll get more backstory scenes about Basti and why he was killed in the first place, but I already have some theories about that. Now, for those who don't know, riding in tandem is usually done by hired hitmen in order to get rid of people that inconveniences their client. Okay, so in this case, since Basti is the team captain of the Pusakals, a rival team or company probably hired gunmen to kill Basti, resulting in the demise of the team's performance. As to who hired the gunmen, well, I have no idea yet, but it's probably a character we've seen already, or like the FIBA official right there, or another dude from one of the trailers. Well, usually the bad guy looks so obvious, so we'll just keep on a lookout in the next episodes. Moving on, we are shown that there's some kind of palaro or official basketball game happening against the Oso Negros and the Pusakals. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's an official game, but the FIBA official was there. They had LED screens, they had all the fancy equipment, they even had referees in uniforms. I don't know. I think they also mentioned something about qualifying for something in the end, but not really sure. By the way, I have no knowledge about basketball whatsoever. I mean, I've never watched and played a basketball game or anime in my life. Except just recently I played NBA 2K19, but that was just one time, alright? I still don't understand the game. I didn't watch Slam Dunk, I didn't watch Kuroko no Basket, I didn't watch any basketball anime, nothing. So I will not discuss the technicalities of basketball and how it compares to the basketball animes we've already seen, okay? Anyway, back to the story. The Pusakals are introduced as a team of dudes acting like idiots who doesn't seem to have any sort of professionalism in them. We have this obnoxious dude that could easily be sued in court for catcalling, a delinquent who's easily triggered, and the rest of the team that has yet to establish anything, Now, it seems like the Pusakals aren't really idiots, but are actually just going through a phase where they suddenly lost all their skills and professionalism because their captain left them. I don't know how that makes any sense. Because if that's not the case, then I'm settling with my previous theory that they were just conveniently chosen or dragged out of the streets for the team because nobody else was willing to. Other than that, we notice how lenient Coach is. He gave his half-ass random speech that sounded like it came from Gurren Lagann. And then after the game, he didn't even bother saying anything to his team. I mean, most coaches I know will be more, coachy. Anyway, the next scene is Coach B talking to his mentor and revealing to us that what his team needs is a captain. Now again, how could a team suck so much just because they lost their captain? I mean, I don't think the teammates are grieving as much as the coach, so I don't know why they're playing like noobs. Morale and leadership is an important factor in winning, I agree, but come on, I mean, I don't think a team should forget about their previous skills and plays and strategies just by losing a team captain. It's just, I don't know. Something does hint us that the current players might actually be new. There's a part where Vicky shouted some numbers which I'm assuming is a basketball tactic, and it seems like the characters didn't really understand it at all. So yeah, I'm just going to assume for now that these players are new. They're still idiots though. Also note that Wax and his teammates are watching and giving off this feeling that they're rivals of Pusakals, probably there to see how the new roster will perform. Next, we go to Vicky's household where she's seen rewatching the game to analyze new plays. This made me think that she's currently the team manager. Coach B then comes in feeling down and Vicky knocks down a keychain that was given to her by Bren. Then flashbacks to Korea, we see a kawaii Vicky having a cringy conversation with Bren. Seems like Vicky studied there for a while, and as to how they met, I don't know, but they definitely connected because of basketball. Now, since Vicky threw the keychain into the garbage bin,
I assume they have some bitter history that we'll find out in the next episodes. Now enter Bren in the airplane having bitter flashbacks with teammates hinting us that something bad happened to him while he was still playing. Turns out he's a son of a businessman who, like any Asian family, has pressured him to take over their family's business. But since ball is life for Bren, he makes it clear that he wants to pursue basketball more. It's kinda cool that they included a scene where Bren and his father was arguing about what career path Bren should take. And I mean, it's an all too familiar scene for me because it happened to me already. And it actually happens a lot in most Asian families. It just highlights the expectations and pressure that teenagers have to put up with because of traditional parents. Like I've heard the exact same words come out of my parents and I'm still kind of bitter about it, but hey, it's all cool now. I'm actually glad that that trend is slowly dying because we now have a new generation of parents building our society. A generation that's more open to nurturing their children into following their dreams. Anyway, Bren seems like a very nice guy who cares a lot for his family, especially his sister. Next, the scene goes to Bren playing his first game as team captain and also getting the good news that his whole family is gonna come and watch, including his reluctant father. However, all that ended in tragedy as one of the most cliche plot devices came into play. That damn deer, you always mess everything up. Seriously guys, like every freaking time, you know, a car crash is triggered by a stupid animal in front of the car in a snowy night. What's up with that? I don't know. Anyway, the family car skids towards a frozen lake, and this is where the happy family met their demise in a really suspenseful cliffhanger. And I'm not really sure with the exact fate of the family because it ended where the dad was trying to swim up to save his family, but I don't really see any other reason for Bren to be flying back to the Philippines and seeing hallucinations of his sister other than his family being dead. I like saying dead for some reason. Whew, so yeah, I just narrated the whole freaking episode, guys. Alright, so in terms of storytelling, the pacing was okay. I mean, the scenes were dictated in a way that kept my interest, and I was honestly surprised with the tragic revelation in the end. The cliffhanger was also decent and not something forced, so the studio did a good job in making the viewers want more. Now, I do have a bit of a problem with how the family perished, but I'll discuss it later in the end. So for now, I don't have any problems with the storytelling. If anything, the drama in this anime is depicted a lot more better than most Pinoy soap operas. Now we go to what everyone's been waiting for. The dubbing. Now, if there's anything that this show failed to execute in its first episode, it's the Tagalog voiceovers. Emphasis on the Tagalog, guys, alright? I'll be very critical here because I pride myself for voice acting and dubbing random videos. You know me, guys. In the early minutes of the episode, it was noticed by everyone that the Tagalog voice lines were delayed or out of sync with the animated mouth. Either that or the mouth animations is the one lagging. But still, things like this shouldn't be overlooked because it ruins the immersion. A lot of people also notice that the Tagalog voiceovers lacks emotion and emphasis with certain lines, and I can't blame them. We've been exposed to countless animes that's been Tagalog dubbed by professional voice actors, and they actually sound better than the Tagalog voices here in Barangay 143.
Hindi ako makapaniwala. Nakalimutan kong husgahan at tinamnam ko lang ang lasa.
Siya nga pala, mukhang nagkakamabutihan na kayo ni Yamada.
Uy, hindi naman. Magkasama lang lagi. Nagkakamabutihan na.
Anong gentle? Gusto mo bang makita ang aking 100% lakas? Sige, kapatid ko. Ilabas mo na ang iyong 100%. Naririnig niyo ba ang tendero ng balot?
I think we can all agree that it was kinda a mistake for GMA to get
actors instead of professional voice actors. I mean, like I said, they promoted the actors more than the show, when in fact, anime watchers value the immersion more than who's behind the voice, especially if the voice doesn't even give justice to the character's emotions. You get what I'm saying? At this point, I think it's too late to change the voice actors, but I'm really hoping they improve the voice syncing in the next episodes. That at least should be done. I also noticed that some of the voices lack filters and compressors. Some Foley sounds were also off, like the keychain Vicky was holding. It wasn't even moving, but it was making a rattling noise. What's up with that? So there's a lot of improvements to be made in terms of the sound directing in this anime. So please work on that. Other than that, the rest of the dubbing was okay, and I'm talking about the English dubbing. I think the peak of my immersion came when Bren and his family was talking in English. It sounded nice and not cringy at all. A friend of mine even said that it sounded like Funimation was dubbing it. So to whoever voiced the English dubs, good job. So other than the voice acting, this anime is off to a good start. Overall, it did not disappoint and it went beyond my expectations. So I'm just hoping that the quality of animation won't drop in the succeeding episodes, and I hope it doesn't totally turn into a completely cliche and predictable story. To the producers of this show, I hope you take into consideration my suggestions, especially in promoting the show instead of the actors. Fix the voice acting and Foley and pay your animators more. Where did that come from? So that's it for my long-ass essay / review / first impression of Barangay 143. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this show or my opinions. I'd love to discuss more with you guys, you know, especially if you have some theories and stuff. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and share this with your friends. Even you just ring that freaking bell, whatever, you know, that stuff that other YouTubers are saying. All right, just do it. Just like it. Like this video, even if you didn't like it. Like it. Just like it now. And if you're interested in seeing me react to the latest anime episodes of the season, consider subscribing or following my other channel called GLOCO Reacts. It's currently an anime reaction channel, but I'm hoping to react to more videos there, alright? Yeah. Now, we're not done yet, guys, alright? I have an extra rant about one of the scenes. This is the only part where I'm gonna really rant, okay? So it's about how Bren's family died, you know, in the last scenes, okay? I just think that scene was poorly handled, okay? I mean, with the way everything happened, it just looked like Bren's parents was stupid and incompetent. Now, let me explain. The car skidded into the middle of a frozen lake. They paused there for several seconds, not moving or doing anything, alright? They were probably panicking, but a good parent would think fast in order to save their daughter, am I right? Now, what they should have done instead of idling was to take their seat belts off and roll down the windows, or I mean, just click whatever. Because in that situation, you should anticipate the worst case scenario and prepare an escape plan, okay? They might have been panicking, but that's all the more reason to quickly find a way out, right? Anyway, their daughter goes out first and was able to walk a few steps away from the car, and we thought she was safe there. And then the mom and dad, seemingly accepting their fate, held hands on the gear stick. I mean, like, what the hell, man? I mean, get your seat belts off and roll down the freaking window. Now, shortly after, the ice breaks and it gets submerged into water. Now, what did the mom and dad do? Nothing. They still had their seatbelts on and the windows up. They waited until they were submerged under 10 feet of water before they tried to escape from the car. That they should have done that in the first place, right when the ice broke. Guys, they lost a lot of their odds of survival just by being under freezing cold water. A normal person would quickly freeze to death just by being under there. Anyway, going back to what happened next, you know, it just pissed me off some more because the daughter falls under the ice anyway and drowns. You know, like that was what was the point on keeping us, you know, off our seats? What was up with that? You know, if you were just gonna kill them off, just kill them off right away. Okay, what's with the unnecessary build? I'm sorry, I'm just ranting so much right now. I mean, they just underwent a stupid death. I'm sorry guys for ranting about this, but I just hate death scenes that are poorly played out. Now, if I wanted to kill off a family in a story using a car crash, I would have went for a more plausible approach. You know, like crashing on a ditch or just crashing itself. The car goes off a ravine, hits something, the impact kills the family, that's it. Or maybe they get hit by a truck or an oil tanker. It's cliche, but at least it doesn't go against human nature. The car goes off a ravine, it hits something hard, the family gets killed by the impact, that's it. Or they get hit by a truck or something, same story. It's cliche, but at least it doesn't go against human nature. Plus, it's more convenient. I think what the studio was going for there was a dramatic build-up, showing the last moments of the family caring for each other and all that stuff. But, you know, the show could have just ended with the car hitting the barriers and showing the family dead, and it would have still left an impact. But I guess they, you know, the family didn't really have too much screen time, so they inserted that dramatic scene there for everyone to, you know, just, I don't know, to enjoy. And lastly, what's with those thoughts in the audience? I mean, may ganun ba talaga mga babae sa totoong buhay, ha? Actually, maybe, you know, siguro nga. Anyway, sorry guys, my inner Pinoy is showing again, you know. So I'm gonna end it right here. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and ring that bell so that you guys will get notified by my next videos. Yep, and also see you guys in the next conventions and events. Okay, boys. Bye bye.